a couple things. We know what he's being charged with, number one. Number two, we know who the lead agency is. We know it's the FBI, right? Because you can see the complainant signature right here, right? That's very important to see who the lead agency is. So the FBI is the lead agency on this thing. And then and they typically do civil rights violations like this or hate crimes. And the judge is Ken Schroeder, right? Okay, so boom. So affidavit in support of criminal complaint. Now we're going to get into the facts of the case, the juicy stuff, right? And guys, before I get into this, like the video, all right? Affidavit in support of criminal complaint. I, Christopher J. Duglinsky, being duly sworn, depose and state the following. Okay, I'm a special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, United States Department of Justice. I have served as FBI special agent since May 2018, and I'm currently assigned to the FBI Buffalo Division Joint Terrorism Task Force, JTTF. So he's a pretty new agent. You know, he's only been on since 2018, and he's assigned to the JTTF. Okay, you guys are probably wondering, Myron, what the fuck is the JTTF? The JTTF, guys, is the Joint Terrorism Task Force. So basically, long story short, it's a group of agents that work together under the FBI, who's the lead agency for terrorism. And you have, you know, counterparts from Homeland Security, DEA, Department of Diplomatic Security Service, Secret Service. Every federal agency you could think of, every state and local agency in that area, they're all sitting at the JTTF working together to combat domestic and international terrorism. Why? Well, after 9/11 happened, guys, we pretty much figured out that the agencies weren't sharing information with each other, and the guys that committed the acts on 9/11, which I'll break down that case for y'all as well, a bunch of different agencies knew about these guys, yet no one shared information. Since no one shared information, they weren't able to stop the attacks. And after 9/11, it pretty much showed a very big weak spot in the U.S. government law enforcement agencies with having discrepancies in information and information sharing. Okay, so the JTTF, you know, it existed pre 9/11. However, it became a lot more, how do I say this? Became a lot more friendly with interagency cooperation and working together. So every major city in the United States has a joint terrorism task force, and it's comprised of different agents from different agencies, and they use each other's unique, you know, legal abilities, law enforcement powers, etc., to work together. If you guys want me to give you an example of this, put ones in the chat. If you guys want me to just keep reading the affidavit, give me twos. If you guys want me to give you an example of how they can leverage each other's abilities, give me a 1. If you guys want me to just keep reading the affidavit, give me a 2. I don't want to get too in the weeds here unless you guys want me to actually get in the weeds.
Super chat.
Super chat. $50 from 3 Diglets. Duglinsky sounds like an evolved form of Doug Trio. Okay, so we got ones in the chat. Okay, mostly. Okay, ones. Okay, so I'll give you an example, guys, of what I mean by this. So, okay. So let's say me, for example, right? I used to be an agent with Homeland Security, as you guys know. Homeland Security investigations, HSI special agents have a special power. And what that is we can search you at the border without a warrant. Why? Well, because we have customs authority. When you have customs authority, you can search someone at the border or its functional equivalent without a warrant, because guess what? You have no Fourth Amendment expectation of privacy when you're entering the United States, okay? When you're leaving and when you're coming in, you can be searched. FBI does not have this power, but Homeland Security investigations and guys with customs authority do. So if someone comes into the country that you know is a criminal or involved in some type of, let's say, they're involved in some kind of activity that might affect national security, or, you know, maybe they're a terrorist or maybe they're a spy, whatever it may be, you can have an HSI agent go through all their shit and search it without a warrant. And sometimes you can even do it surreptitiously where they don't even know, because what? HSI agents have customs authority. Okay, so they can search you without a warrant. FBI agents can't do that, though. They don't have customs authority. So this is why, right, it's very powerful to have agents from different agencies under the JTTF utilizing their different skill sets, different abilities, different powers, right, to conduct investigations. All right, let's say you know someone is involved in potential criminal activity that is a member of the Navy. Well, the FBI isn't going to have access to naval records. Who is, though? Well, NCIS will. So if you have a member on the JTTF that's a part of NCIS, he can give you all his military documents, okay? That guy, all his issues he might have had in the military, his whole background, whatever it may be, the NCIS agent could get all that and give it to the FBI agent. So this is why it's so important, right, to have, do we have something going on? Okay. So my bad. I thought I had a outage there. This is why it's so important, guys, for the agencies to work together, leverage each other's abilities, skills, and legal authority to combat terrorism. Okay. So this is something that became very strong after 9/11. So that's just an example of what I mean as far as like utilizing other agencies. Okay. A bunch of agencies have different skill sets and powers that other agencies might not necessarily have. Okay, so for one HSI, they can search you at the border without a warrant. Army CID, NCIS, OSI, they can go ahead and get military documents or military records that isn't necessarily open or available to the public. Okay, the IRS can go ahead and get you guys tax returns. Okay, that you wouldn't be able to get on your own, or you'd have to do a million grand jury subpoenas to get. Department of DSS, Department of Security Service, right? Diplomatic Security Service. You can go ahead and get passport information or information on other types of people that you wouldn't be able to get yourself as an FBI agent. So this is the power of working together. This is the power of having task forces, especially something like the Joint Terrorism Task Force, right? So this guy is assigned to the JTTF, right? Hope you guys enjoyed that explanation right there. All right. So as an FBI